Number one lesson from almost dying at the age of 16.
You have to be willing to find the light though. You have to be willing to believe in yourself and to believe in your story and to believe that there's more than what you're going through and that what you're going through is going to bring you further into who you're supposed to be and your calling and find the good in it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time here, my name's Kristie Sita and I post videos every Wednesdays and Fridays, and today you came on a very special episode because today is marking 5 years since my boating accident. So in case you hadn't noticed yet, I only have one hand, clearly, and no, I was not born with it. So 5 years ago on this day, I was in a really tragic boating accident where pretty much, you can go watch this video here and you can get the full story. But I went back to go reach for a rope because the tube had fallen out the back of the boat and my hand was tangled and I flew out. My hand ripped completely off, rose out of the water. I had no hand, I had no idea what had happened. From there I got rushed into an ambulance and then I got helicoptered to Children's Hospital, and Children's Hospital took care of me there and they decided to not reattach my hand, and now I've had one hand for 5 years. Today, I just want to talk about some of the things that I have learned in the past 5 years and kind of the journey that I've been on and the place where I'm at today with everything that's happened. And so for this video, guys, I have no plan. Like, I was gonna write something down, then I was just like, I'm just gonna let God lead me in this conversation and what I want to say. I mean, I talk about it all the time, kind of, but guys, we don't have time not to live right now. Like for me, I'll show you again these pictures like I showed in my last video, but there's a video from 9 o'clock, which I had my left hand and I was flexing in the gym. There's a photo from 3 o'clock where I'm on the way to the hospital. There's a picture from I think 5 o'clock or 11 o'clock, and I'm in the hospital post amputation. But when I woke up at 9 o'clock that morning, I would have had no idea what my day held. Like, no idea. 10 minutes before my accident, I was texting my mom saying, "Mom, I'm having the best day ever." Like, and I sent her a video of us tubing actually, which was really crazy. But you never know, guys. And I hate that cliche saying of like, live like you're dying, but I say like, love like you're dying. Like, tell your friends, tell your family. You can never reaffirm people enough and you can never encourage people enough and love on people enough, because at the end of the day, guys, when we are on our deathbed, we're never asking for like our achievements or our awards or our money or our bank account. Like, you're asking for people that you love, you're asking for family, you're asking for community, and that's all that you want. So why would we waste our whole life pushing towards one goal and pushing to one standard, and then at the end of it, none of it matters anyways? Like, everything that's in our life right now, like, does it really matter? Like, it's irrelevant, it's not important. And so the biggest thing that I can carry on to you guys, and I say this with so much passion because, man, if I didn't love my family the way that I did on that day still and the day before, like, oh my goodness, you just never know what is gonna happen, and you never know. And I hate that. Like, I don't want to say live like you're dying. I don't want to say that because it's so cliche, but you need to love like you don't know what's gonna happen. Like, you need to love everybody in your life, whether you have family or you don't have family, whether that's your friends, your community, your church, your people, your sports team, whatever it is. Like, love those people with all your intent, because you don't know what's gonna happen in their life and what's gonna happen in your life. And man, we don't want to waste any time. So it's like, it's just, you learn that. I learned that as a 16-year-old girl from when I almost died at the age of 16. Like, I was not done, and I was pleading to God, like, please don't take me because I'm not done. And the truth, like, we're not done until we get to go home. And like, if you're still here, like, God still has a plan for you. If you're still breathing, then God still has a plan for you. And like, we need to press into that, and we need to love now and take advantage of now, because we don't know when that's gonna end. We don't know what's gonna happen. We don't know when we're gonna be injured or a loved one is or whatever. Like, it's just, it's so cliche, but it's so not, because it's so real, because I lived it and I experienced it. And like, we need to just love more now, because you don't have time. And that's like the most important lesson I could ever pass on from going through what I went through, is just like, love like there's no tomorrow. Just love people more, because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing in your whole entire life, is just to love people. And so, number one lesson from almost dying at the age of 16, love people more. All right, I'm getting real passionate here. Woo, calm down, Kristie. Okay, secondly is keep fighting, guys. Pretty much in my life, this past 5 years has been absolutely insane. I feel like I've been in a battlefield for literally 5 years, which I have. And there's a lot of things that I don't show you guys on social media, and it may seem like I'm really okay all the time and that I didn't struggle and that I didn't have hard times, but man, I struggled. I was so broken. I felt so disgusting. I was so lonely. And I went through like a lot of heartbreak in the past 5 years in a lot of different ways. And so I know social media portrays all of us in one way, but there's so much more beneath that surface of every single one of us. No matter what you put online, there's always more to the story. And so for me, another thing that I never publicized at all, but as most of you guys would know, with like car accidents, there's insurance. With boating accidents, there's insurance. And so there's a lawsuit that goes with that. So pretty much for the past 5 years, I have been in a fight for my life with this freaking lawsuit, because pretty much every time I try to move forward, I get in a doctor's report, or I get a doctor's room, or I get into a specialist and they're like, you can't do this, you can't take care of your own children, you're gonna have a nanny that has to live in your house because you can't hold them and you can't carry them, and you can't do this, and you're gonna have to get all these tools for your house because you're incapable of moving. And then I'm gonna get skin cancer because I've got a big scar, and then I'm gonna need back surgery, and then I'm gonna need all of these things that's gonna go wrong with my body because I'm living with one hand. And when you're hearing that and you are trying desperately for your life to move on, and all you can hear is these voices that are being like negative, 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 it's like an insane feeling. Like it is crazy. And I was fighting through that for 5 years with like these two different voices of what I wanted and what I felt like I was getting called into, and then what these voices and what these people were trying to like tell me, which was real. But at the time of being a young girl trying to move on, I did not want to hear it. And it was really, really hard to face them and accept what was going to happen to me essentially, or could happen to me, you never know. But just believing above and beyond these doctor's reports, because there's no doctor's report that can ever define what my future is going to be and how I'm going to live. And I believe in a power so much greater than that. And so for me, it was hard to battle, but it was a constant battle for sure. But now guys, 5 years later, like my lawsuit is over. I am standing in victory of this past 5 years. Like finally, I feel like the fight that I've been in is freaking over, and it feels so good. Like I'm gonna get emotional here in like a hot sec, so I'm just gonna try and like keep it together, because that's what we do on camera, is we keep things together. But I just feel like I fought so hard and I fought so long, and I didn't see the light of it at the end. As much as I wanted to believe that everything was gonna be okay and that I was gonna be okay and that I still had purpose, like, man, I didn't believe it. And to be standing on this opposite side where I'm like, I just feel like I'm living like a whole new life that is greater and bigger than I could have possibly imagined. Like the call that I thought was on my life to be this like dancer and film and blah, 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 blah is like so irrelevant and so small compared to what God has planned for me. And to finally let go, I didn't really talk about this in this video, but it's relevant to this video. I've always thought that I was supposed to be this one person in this one career, and this was like the life that I had built for myself. And the more I lean into God, the more He's pulling me away from that and pulling me into different settings and different people and different opportunities. And so I've never felt so at, and in the most like honest and humble way, but it's just like, I know the call on my life is really big, and I know God is calling me to like scary places and big places in my life. And it's just crazy. Like I don't want to keep saying it's crazy, but it is crazy, and it's just one of those things. But like, pretty much moral of this whole story, guys, is that there is victory for what you're going through now. You have to keep believing, you have to keep pushing through, because for me, I didn't see the light tomorrow, I didn't see the light the next week or the next month or the next year even. Like I fought for 5 years to be in this place, and I'm finally like, I'm past, not past, like I will always have this past, I will always have walked through these struggles, but I feel like I'm on the other side of the battle, and I'm like walking into literally like the promised land, like just like do, 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 do. But I'm like also so ready for the next battle. Like it's like crazy how much work is inside of me and how much I've grown in my character and in who I am, and my beliefs and my relationship with God is like insane. Like I'm just so ready for whatever life is going to throw at me and wherever I'm going to get called to, and I'm not attached to any of my own ambitions or my own like ideas right now. I'm just so invested in God and like that relationship. And so for me, sorry, I've been talking really quick like this entire video. This is what happens when I get passionate, and we're gonna have to learn to tone this down of how I'm gonna be a little bit more subtle about it, because literally when I start talking, I'm like but again, this whole thing, like you have to keep fighting, because if I were to have given up and if I were to lean into other like substances or drugs or alcohol or partying or like depression or any of that, I could have easily fallen into that for what I was going through and what I was facing and the things that I was feeling. but I had to push through and I had to believe that there was light even if I didn't see it. So it's like, you just need to imagine yourself on the other side of what you're going through right now, because it is coming. I'm telling you, it's coming. Your victory is just on the other side of what you're facing right now. And I know it seems impossible, but what you're going through is transforming your heart, it's transforming your mind, it's transforming you, and like revealing crazy parts about you that you never knew you were passionate about or that you cared about or whatever. But like, listen to your heart, lean into your heart, and just like be okay with not being okay. Because I think when we try and cover it up so much, it just doesn't get anywhere, and we just need to get to a point when we just surrender what we're feeling and we just be like, man, I am not in control of what happens to me, and that's okay, because there is something bigger out there that is pulling me through, that is loving me through, that is carrying me through. And for me, like, that is Jesus, and that is my relationship with God, and I could not have gotten here without my relationship with God. And it's just like, my whole life revolves around this, and everything that I'm doing is coming from my relationship with God. And so again, I know this isn't the same beliefs as a lot of people out there, but this is just how I have gone through my season of battle, I guess. Like, it was just like, it was the only thing, it was the only reason I could actually heal from some of the things that I saw and some of the things that I went through, was giving that over to Jesus. And so if that's not what you believe, that's totally fine, but this is just, again, my perspective on what I've been through. And so today I really just wanted to share with you guys those two things of how I got through these past couple years. And my two no's is just to love like there's no tomorrow, love like you don't know what's gonna happen, and keep on fighting, because there is victory coming. And if that's all you came to hear today, then I'm so happy that you made it to this video. And I don't know what I'm naming the video yet, so I'm sorry if it's a little bit dramatic, but you know, I had to get you here somehow. So yeah, that's pretty much, I think, all I have to say for today in this video. And I'm sorry for talking so fast, but I hope that you guys will subscribe to my channel and keep posting it on the rest of my life. And I just can't wait to bring you along this journey. And so, oh yeah, merch. So I guess lastly is I am releasing my first ever merchandise. And for me, guys, this is not a, this is my name, Kristie Sita, subscribe to my channel merch. This is something that I want you to wear in the morning, and that you will wear that to remember that there is light, that you will wear that to remember that there is hope. And so for me, these pieces are all coordinated around this day in particular, June 30th, 2014. And for me, like, that was the date my life began and the place that my life began. And so with that being said, I'm pretty much gonna pop up the store right here, guys, and you can start looking through them. There is hoodies and sweatshirts, phone cases, and totes, bags. But a really special thing about this launch is I'm actually gonna be donating 25% of all sales back to Children's Hospital, which is who took care of me after my accident. That was where I did my recovery in. And so that's like pretty much all of my earnings from this is I'm going right back to Children's Hospital. And so if you purchase any of these items, you are making a huge contribution to the hospital. And I just love you guys so much. And I did these for you so that you have like an armor to put on in the morning when you're like, there is light, there is hope, I'm gonna keep fighting. And so I'm just gonna explain these designs just a little bit. And so these here for the hoodies and the sweatshirts, there's two different designs that you can choose from. But essentially these are my home coordinates for the Sunshine Coast, of where the accident happened. And then this is the mark of my tattoo, which a lot of you guys know that I've got this tattoo on the side of my arm here that I got to represent my accident, because for me this symbolizes a heartbeat and survival, and then also the cross. And so that is my hope, that is my strength, that is my faith, that's everything that's got me through it. And so you've got like kind of the beginning and the end of my journey on you. And this is something that I hope brings value to your life and brings value to your wardrobe, and that you can just be really proud to wear. The only thing that says my name on it is in the tattoo, there's like a really teeny at Kristie Sita, and that's all I put in. So quickly, I'm gonna put on the other design, and I'm gonna show you the handprint, and I'll give you the final details. Okay, so this is the other design here. It's just got a handprint, and it's got my single-handed pursuit in it. It's really, really cute. It's got the hoodie pockets down here. I love it. I wear a medium, and it fits me really good. But if you're taller, you will want to get a large. And so again, 25% of all proceeds with this merchandise will be going back to Children's Hospital. And I'm so excited to give you guys and bring you guys along when I hand my check over to them as well. I think that's going to be really exciting that we as a family and as a community could contribute back to them as a whole. And I just wanna say, I love you guys so much. Whether you get the merchandise or not, I am so thankful for you and your contribution to my life, my channel, and that you've given me this life that I get to just live and show you guys, and you be inspired, that you allow me to be a mentor or someone positive in your life. It is an honor. I don't take that lightly. I love you guys so much, and I can never thank you enough for all that you've done for me and the life that you've given me and the love that you've given me and the support. Really, I just love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to see you guys in this gear. Make sure when you do buy them, tag me in your purchases or message me on Instagram. You can message me here, and I'm gonna be responding to every single one of you because I wanna know who's getting it. I wanna know who's wearing it. Post your photos, and you can use hashtag #SeeTheLight or hashtag Sita Family Merch. And so those are the two ways that you are gonna be searchable on the internet wearing my merchandise. I love you guys so much. Don't forget to post your photos, message me, let me know. I love you guys, and I cannot wait to hear your reactions on this merchandise. I love you so much. Thank you for everything, and I will see you in my next video. Love you so much.